Hey teachers, it's time to rock the show, and let's look at our first app that I spoke about, which is the Google Jamboard. This app can be used as part of teaching learning while you are teaching your lesson, where you can share the link of your Google Jamboard with the children and they can log on to your Google Jamboard and add to it, contribute to it. It's such a helpful tool for children who are shy in class and don't want to raise their hands and answer. It can also be used to give them some homework for the day where they can add their ideas to a Jamboard, or it can be used for internal assessment where I tell the child, create your own Jamboard and share the link on the Google Classroom with me. Let us see how we are going to create a Google Jamboard. Now, when you open your Gmail ID, you must have a Gmail account to access a Google Jamboard. You see right next to your DP or your picture here on the right, you see the 9 dots, so you click on them. You come down to where you see the J Jamboard sign and you click on that. And now, since I'm already logged in, my Jam files will open. You will see I have 3 Jamboards already created and there is no limit to the number of Jamboards that Google can save for you. So that's one big advantage. So I could have a Jamboard for every lesson that I give. Now, let's proceed to samples of the Jamboards, which you can see here. If I look at this Jamboard, the first one, it's made for a topic in history, which is mass media and history in Standard 10, and the Standard 10 teachers will know it. So let's say I have finished teaching a part of that chapter, and you can see images, you can see a note here in yellow saying pick your favorite form of media and answer the following. Choose your popular brand or channel, maybe you're talking about television or you're talking about newspapers. State the reason why you like it, 4 characteristics or features which make it different from the other. Okay, so this is one sample of a Jamboard. You can see images inserted here. You can see that they're all animated. So that's a very important highlight of the Jamboard. It allows you to put in images from your drive, from your computer, and they could be animated as well to make it exciting. I'll now show you another Jamboard that I have prepared, which is a Jamboard in English. I've titled my Jamboard as Success Cannot Be Spelled Without You, and it is for a poem in Standard 10 English, which is The Will to Win. The poem talks about the power of perseverance, not giving up, and trying to succeed no matter what the cost. So after I've completed the poem, I probably have a Jamboard link which I give the students, and I say, you can see it here in pink. Write about an experience in your own life when you had to work hard at something you wanted to achieve. Share your success story in 10 lines. So what would the child do? Maybe he can write it on a Word, type it on a Word document, and he would upload it in the Google Classroom. Or maybe I could ask the child that I want you to answer it on the Jamboard itself. Now, how do I do this? I just drag my camera a little, and you will see on my next frame, because in a Jamboard you can have many frames. And so you see here there are 5 names of children listed. I say Riya, Mohan, Jai, Shruti, Meena. And maybe they would do their sticky notes here in their own color. So Riya would put hers in pink, Mohan in yellow, Jai in blue, and so on. But this particular frame tells these children, pick out all the examples of the figure of speech repetition which are used in the poem. That poem is full of figures of speech, and there may be at least 5 examples of the figure of speech repetition. So maybe Riya will pick out one example of repetition and put it in pink. Mohan will put another one in yellow, Jai in blue, and so on. This is how you can use a Jamboard even for group assignments. Now that you know what a Jamboard is all about, let me explain how to prepare a Jamboard. So I go back again because I need to come to my dashboard. You see a plus sign at the bottom, so I will click on it to say New Jam. The minute the new canvas opens up, the first thing that you need to do is click on background. You will see there are different background designs available. So let's say I'm going to take a dotted one. It's a little blurred, so I'll take something a little better, and maybe I'll say for this one, Let's take something like this, grid line, so that you can see it more clearly. Now the next step is to teach you the tools of the Google Jamboard. Now, just so that it doesn't interfere with the rest of my screen, the first tool that you can see here is a pen. And next to the pen, I can choose a color. So if I click on that, today we have our pre-primary teachers. So for the benefit of them, I'm showing you how to write alphabets using the pen. I can choose the color of my ink, the thickness of writing, etc. I can choose a brush effect. I can choose whatever, and I choose the color. Okay. And now I say write the letter A. So the child is going to write anything, a small a, a big A, or whatever. And say I'm writing a big A. And then I want to erase, so you click on the eraser. And I can erase whatever I have written. Whenever you want to select a tool, you need to wait till you get the hand symbol. Then it shows that that particular tool has been selected. It gets highlighted, and now I can move on to my canvas and I can just erase whatever I have written. This was just for a sample. So once I say clear frame, everything will go from my frame, and now I can begin. Now the next tool over here is the mark of an arrow. That is if I want the arrow mark. So again I keep moving it around till I get the hand symbol. Then the tool gets highlighted, and now when I come onto my screen, you'll see it showing up as an arrow. The fourth tool that we talk about is an image. I directly move it on, or this is a sticky note, sorry, it's not an image. This is a sticky note. The next one is an image, so I can add images. So first I will teach you how to add images. So I click on add image. It says select files from your device. Now I've already saved my pictures in a folder called Kanusa. So I go to my Jamboard folder, and let's say I want to make a folder. I want to make a Jamboard on the animal kingdom. So I'm going to choose all the pictures of animals and I'm going to upload them. So now let's say the dog image has appeared, so I can resize the image and I can take it and place it. When I click here, I can either duplicate my image, so I'll get another dog, and then again if I click here and I want to delete it, I can delete it. If I click here and I can see this on the left hand side, it means I can tilt my image because I don't want to keep it straight. Now the same way I will import my other images first. So again I will go to select files from your device and I'm going to click duck and I say open, and the duck will get uploaded. And again I can resize it and I can place it wherever I want. Again I'm going to bring the next one, which is probably the horse, and I'm going to open and I'm going to place it and resize. Maybe I want to tilt it, so I tilt it there. Let's say I've taken 3 images now, and this is only for a sample. Now I must also give my Jamboard a name, and so I will click on rename the Jamboard, and you can see here I will type Animal Kingdom. And I say OK. So it's got titled as Animal Kingdom. Now what I do next is I want to put the shelters of these animals. So again I'm going to put, the first one I know is a kennel. And I say, I drag it to position, but the children should get confused. So I'm going to put the kennel here near the horse. Again I import an image and I say select files, and let's say I want a stable, and so I say open. And once it gets opened, I can resize it and I can place it here below dog. And again I have to take a pond because I know ducks live in ponds, and so I take the pond and I open, and maybe I can keep the pond just beneath the duck. Now I need place to write, and so what do? I add my sticky note, and in my sticky note I will type drag the animal to its shelter. Now I'm going to bring my sticky note here. I can drag it to make it a little bigger, etc. I can even change the color of my sticky note. I can say edit, and I can decide to make it blue, and I can say save. So it's become blue. So you know how to change the color of your sticky note. And now what will the child do when he's playing the game? He can just drag dog and place it over the kennel. He will take horse and he'll place it over the stable. And he'll drag the duck and put it near the pond. And then maybe the parent can take a picture and send it to me on the Google Classroom, so I know the child has completed the assignment. Or the parent will share the link with me again, but this cannot be done personally because the link of my Jamboard is the same for all the 50 children in my class. So she can take an image of this picture to show that the child has completed the assignment and share the image with me on Google Classroom. Now the thing is, how do I share my Jamboard? So I go to share. The minute it opens up, either I can share it if I have the children's emails over here. I could just click on whomever I want to share it with. Or the other option is, I can say get link. So the minute I say get link, it will give me the link. I say copy link, and the minute I say copy link, the link can be pasted in my Google Classroom, and the children can either work on it during my lesson, in my live lesson, or they might work on it as a homework. But if right now only people with the added link can see, so what do? Again, I say anyone with the link. So now anyone with the link can see my Jamboard. Don't forget to do this. It's a very important step, or the children won't be able to view your Jamboard. Again, I can change the permissions of what the child can do. So either the child can only view or he can edit. If I say he can edit, then he can even write on my Jamboard. He can change another child's sticky note, etc. But if I only say view, it means he can only view my Jamboard. And then once you're done, you click on done. So now we know anyone with the link can view it, and anyone with the link can edit the Jamboard. And with that, I think, dear teachers, I have explained everything about the Jamboard except the settings. These 3 dots are for your settings. You can rename your Jamboard, you can download it as a PDF, you can save it as an image. I can even remove this Jamboard. I could make a copy of the Jamboard. I could make 10 copies of this Jamboard and give separate links maybe to each child if I want them to work on it individually, and send it back to me. So these are some of the applications of the Google Jamboard. You can use it for any subject. You can use it for math, you can use it for history, for science, for English. You can use your own creativity to explore.